Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the Miracles Deep Dive. Today with the beautiful lesson 131 as key lesson. And so we have half an hour to dive deeply into it. Now, there's a lot to discover. But let's take it easy for today. As always, it's like, hey, what is this lesson? No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one can fail. Well, that's really comforting. But how is it possible that that is true? That's pretty amazing. Everything seems to fail, but this doesn't seem to fail. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. No one. Not even you. Not even me. You can't fail in reaching the truth. Well, we got to know more about that. So I'm looking today at getting to the bottom of this, diving just that deep that you get to the bottom of it. And that's an invitation that I give to you too. And we do this in different ways, where one of them is a guided meditation that I came up with, just as a way to relax even deeper into the lesson. Since if you read the lesson and then you follow up on the instructions that are given, that can be pretty tough. At least for me, it is not so easy. But if I can just say, sit backward, just relax and let it literally come to me in music and words, then it's for me very easy to get into, in fact, getting into the experience. One way or another it works anyway. So I don't have to understand how that works, but it is really great. So having listened to that already a couple of times today, I see the effect of it in the sense of it is easy to reach the truth. Like you cannot fail to seek to, when you seek to reach the truth. The difficulty lies not in seeking truth. So where's the difficulty? Then you ask, it's like, well, who is asking? Who is asking that question? That's exactly the one that we need to talk about. The one that doubts, the one that thinks, well, I might not get it. The one that has always, in fact, a counter-offensive to what is given. It will always come up with a defense. So who is asking that question? Now this is interesting. Now to give you an illustration about the very simplicity of mind, body and being. What does the mind and the body do? Well, they do a lot of things. They make decisions, they compare. The mind compares, makes decisions, has preferences, is observing it all, comparing it, making decisions to approve things, adjust things, compete with things, wanting things, desiring things, and a whole lot of stuff. So in order to give these ideas a bit of reality, you could say, it needs a thing to work it out with. So it needs like an interface to literally bring these ideas into form. What do you need to bring anything into form, into the imagination of form? Well, you need another form, an interface, like I said. This we call the body. The body is the interface for the mind. As you use it, as a human being uses it, it is an interface for the mind to extend its ideas that are contained in time and space. So that is, you say like, yeah, but that's me. I'm doing that. I want these things. I want that to be done. I have my desires. I know what I want. I know what I have. I know what I want. So this is really different. And I need a body that functions, otherwise I cannot do the things that I want. I have a big conflict there if it doesn't work. Sounds familiar, right? So in other words, this mind-body construction is the doing part of you. What you might see as yourself. That is what happens a lot. You identify with your mind and with your body, with the preferences, with the specifics, with the desires, with the things that you think are yours. And all this, you keep yourself occupied with it. Where is this other part? This part that just is this being part. Where is that part, the being part? Does that do anything? No, it doesn't do anything. It simply is. And basically, it is unchangeable. And factually, it is you. But you forget about that, of course, if you occupy yourself with the body-mind, trying to function in time and space, and being occupied with that. And with all its not working or all its whatever advantages it has, you can quite be occupied with that and thinking that you have problems in that section, forgetting that still here, unchangeable, is your beingness present, witnessing it all, like it witnesses it all. It is your witness. It is that what is there always, like it cannot change. You take it with you wherever you go. It stands next to every doing on so-called your part. But what is this doing, and how can that be yours? How can your doing be yours if you're actually this? How can your doings be yours if you are witnessing it all? What is doing that doing? If you're being. This is an interesting fundamental question, of course, and we don't look at it this way most of the time, but it can be very helpful. So the mind-body is always concerned with time and space when it's doing its thing. Now, here's the thing. If this beingness of you is identifying with the mind and the body, then what happens is it loses itself in it. There's no witnesser anymore. There's no witness anymore. Now the witness is lost in the doings. The witness is lost in how it looks and what form it has and what purpose it carries and what motive it has and what goals it wants to achieve, what choices need to be made. And it wants it very specifically. Now here's the part, and this is really the main theme in the lessons that we're looking at, like the 130s lesson and a little bit before that. You come to the place where you actually start to actively dislodge from this world, from the doing, from the form, from all the occupation of mind with form, action, doing, and all this. Yeah? So we have tomorrow lessons, like I lose the world from all I thought it was. Why? Because I identify myself with it and think I function in it. And that could never happen if I know who I am. That can never happen. No, this functioning of body-mind is like, that goes by itself. It doesn't need your identification with it. It is not that the body-mind won't function if you are not identified with it. No, it works perfectly. I speak from experience. Like, what could possibly go wrong if it just does what it does? If you're still witnessing what is going on. So the dislodgement from this mind-body component that you have identified with is really what this is about. We're going to practice that. Seek to reach the truth. You have to be successful in that. You cannot not be successful in that. That's a better way of saying it. You cannot not be successful in it. In other words, no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth, because it is already yours. And because if you release your identification with form, with your body-mind, and see that it functions just by letting that happen, seeing that the action still takes place, that all the occurrences are still taking place, but you're not identified with it the way that you were before. Everything changes just by doing that. Now here's where you are made ready for, because the purpose of A Course in Miracles is peace. How can you be at peace if you identify with something temporal? That is literally impossible. No matter how hard you try, it is still totally impossible. So here's my beingness. It is at peace, always. It cannot be disrupted. It doesn't change. While it's very creative in its beingness, that is its constant. But it has nothing to do with the form of time and space, with the motives, with the why is this happening, why, with all the questioning and all this. Alright, so keep this in mind when we're watching the guided meditation with a specific part of this lesson. I asked to see a different world and think a different kind of thoughts from those I made. The world I seek I did not make alone. The thoughts I want to think are not my own. For a moment I take a look at those thoughts that I was thinking and that are compatible with the world. Now I let them go and sink below them to the holy place where they can enter not. There is a door beneath them in your mind which you could not completely lock to hide what lies beyond. Seek for the door and find it. But before you try to open it, remind yourself, no one can fail who asks to reach the truth, and it is this request you make today. Nothing but this has any meaning now. No other goal is valued now nor sought. Nothing before this door you really want, and only what lies past it do you seek. Put out your hand and see how easily the door swings open with your one intent to go beyond it. Angels light the way so that all darkness vanishes, and you are standing in a light so bright and clear that you can understand all things you see. A tiny moment of surprise, perhaps, will make you pause before you realize the world you see before you in the light reflects the truth you knew and did not quite forget in wandering away in dreams. You cannot fail today. There walks with you the Spirit heaven sent you, that you might approach this door someday and through His aid slip effortlessly past it to the light. That day has come. Today. Today, God keeps His ancient promise to His Holy Son, as does His Son remember His to Him. This is a day of gladness, for we come to the appointed place and time, where you will find the goal of all your searching here, and all the seeking of the world, which end together as you pass beyond the door. for today. Today should be a time of special gladness, a refrain from all dismal thoughts and meaningless laments. Salvation's time has come. Today is set by heaven itself to be a time of grace for you and for the world. If you forget this happy fact, remind yourself with this. Today I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one can fail who asks to reach the truth. No one can fail who asks to reach the truth. No one can fail who asks to reach the truth. No one can fail who asks to reach the truth. Okay, so that's great introduction. So like it helps you to relax into the words and what is given, in fact. So that can be very helpful. I love it, at least. It's like it's very helpful for me to use it and to enjoy it, really. So anyway, we continue with the lesson. There are some specific expressions I like to take a look at, starting right away here. Yeah, see here we have the words that I started with, of the depth of that. No one can fail who asks to reach the truth. That's how it is said in the Ur text. Instead of seeks to reach the truth, it said asks to reach the truth. That's the original words that are, and I love that actually, because it's like who asks to reach the truth. You ask for it. Now that's great. Anyway, so failure is all about you while you seek for goals which cannot be achieved. You look for permanence. So there's some examples here. Failure is all about you while you seek for goals which cannot be achieved. Well, we can easily admit to that. It's like, yeah, indeed, it's quite something. And why is that? Well, here are some examples. You look for permanence in the impermanent. For love where there is none. For safety in the midst of danger. Immortality within the darkness of the dream of death. Like you ask the impossible of yourself and think you should be the one that can succeed. Who would succeed where contradiction is the setting of all his searching and the place to which he comes to find stability? Oh, well, so like you might not look at these expressions right away, but why not? It's like, why not do that? Here we are. You look for permanence in the impermanent. Can you find it? No. Everything is temporal here. And you see that as an individual personal loss if something goes, while it is just the nature of the place that you find yourself. But since you have, like, here's my permanent self, and here's my body-mind responding and reacting to the world, like here I fall into that. I've identified, I lost myself in time and space, really thinking that all the occurrences and all the specificness of it had to do with my personality, with me personally. And I see the things that are happening in time and space as a personal loss because I identify with the aspects of it, forgetting completely that my presence is in God and that time and space, in fact, are like the part for the body-mind to play out its affairs. But the body-mind cannot be identified with as you have done. That is very painful, as you know. So you look for for permanence in the impermanent. And there was another one. I forgot them already. It's like you look for safety in the midst of danger. You look for safety in the midst of danger. Can you find it? Now, well, the body-mind is in time and space, connected to one another. It's like, this is me, I'm here, and I try to look for safety. Can I find it? No, I can't find it. As long as I believe I'm this, I'm identified with my body-mind in time and space, I cannot find it. If I dislodge from the belief that I am that, I'm perfectly fine, witnessing all the occurrences, but not being able to be touched by the events that seem to be occurring and that seem to have to do with me. Not so. So that's why this is a very fundamental key lesson that we're talking about. You look for life in a place of death, like you look for the body-mind is what darkness is. The body-mind is a condensed, solidified idea of you, where you've identified with. So it is a temporal dream where you are waking, you being born in it, you live for a moment and then you die. So you look like the permanence isn't there. The failure is all around. Now here's death. You look for life in the place of death. You try to save life in a place of death. Now how's that going? How's that going? That's a lot of work. That's quite an occurrence. That's consuming a lot of energy for you because you try to do something that's literally impossible. If you would see the place for what it is, if you would see what the body-mind is doing, then it would be more clear to you that that can never be you, because you are the Holy Son of God. Like you are the permanent, the consistent I am right there. So it has nothing to do with death. It has nothing to do with form. It has nothing to do with any of these things. And you say like, yeah, well, I still feel like it's a sacrifice to dislodge myself from the identification with that. And so that is one reason to hold on to it. You think it's a loss to let go of your identification with it. You think as if it stops, as if the activities of body-mind stop when you don't identify with it. And that's not true. So everything is still going on, but your investment is no longer in it. An investment in terms of identification. So this is your escape from time and space. This is how you enter into the fourth dimension. This is how you wake up out of a dream of limitation. This is the fulfillment of everything in terms of restoring peace into your mind. How on earth do you want, if you want peace, why identify with the body-mind? it's impossible to find peace within the construct of a body-mind action plan. An action plan. With the body-mind action plan, you cannot have peace. It's like, no, that's a different deal. You let go of your identification with the body-mind action plan and you enter into peace automatically. Because it's not concerned with temporal things. So this is basically this whole lesson. And it says, like, no, you can enter into this place, like I'm using my hand here, like you are able to enter into this place. There's a door. When your concerns about time and space on the superficial horizontal level, you could say, of consciousness, if you dislodge for just a moment, like we did in the meditations, like, okay, here are the thoughts concerned with time and space and form. Yeah, I see them for what they are. And now suddenly what happens? I let go of them. Are they not there anymore? Well, what does it matter? Why would you be concerned with it? But the best part of it is you enter into a place where you start to come into light, where you suddenly experience a world where you understand everything. It brings a clarity to your mind that is not of this world, literally. So that makes it so different. You cannot imagine why you didn't let it go of it, of time and space concerns, of body-mind action plan, why you didn't let go of that earlier, because of this. It's like, yeah, it is great to experience perfect clarity, peace, joy, for no reason. Also with no concern about tomorrow, if you're still going to have it or not. Like literally the doubter is gone. The questioner is gone. The doer is gone. There's just presence witnessing this. That's it. And what happens with time, space, what happens? Well, it runs itself. It doesn't need your identification with it. So the decisions are being made, the actions are being done, the same frustrations are coming up, and this and that. But it doesn't touch you any longer because you're not identified with it. So you could care less how it looks. Oh, the body is sick, the body is well, the body is this, the body is that. The body is thin, the body is fat, the body is all these things. The body is young, the body is old. Yes, that's time and space. That's my belief system. If I believe that to be my system, then I identify myself with it. If I dislodge from it and see, hey, this is not personal, this is just time and space thinking, form, body, mind, form thinking, and these are all the varieties that you can possibly have, and they will present themselves by me identifying with it. But if I don't identify with it, I can still see them. They can still tempt me to believe that it's me that is occurring, and I can feel guilty about the things that I do and all this. Like, nothing is taken away from you. It is just, if you have a clarity of mind, being in this light of recognition that you are all this, like the I am, the real bright consciousness, then you will not be fooled by it. You see it for what it is. Another temptation. To be well, to be sick, to be healthy, to be wealthy, to be rich, to be poor, to be this, to be that. And all the experiences that come with it. So this is the offering in this lesson, to bring it in as a very short summary in a different way. So I'm happy to do it this way. But here, in fact, we got the message. This is how deep that goes. Everything is concerned with identification, the dislodgement of identification with the body, mind, form, three-dimensionality, entering into that which surpasses form, that which is at peace, always. And that is the truth in you. You can reach it. There's a door. You open it and you enter into it and you recognize the truth of it. You feel at home right there. And there's no other place where you feel at home. So that is exactly the happening. So thank you. Thank you for these 30 minutes of deep diving into the lesson of today. Thank you for your attention. I hope to see you next week in the next key lesson that we're taking a look at. Thank you so much. Bye for now.